Hello, everybody.
Hey everyone.
Happy TDIF. Yay.
Happy Thank Dog It's Friday.
Oh my gosh, this week has like flown by so fast. It's crazy. It's been a crazy week.
Yeah.
Lots gone on. It's actually a good thing that it's going to be the weekend. I
Yep.
think I'll be happy to have some days off and just to rest and regroup and relax and have fun. Okay, before we get started, who else has a pup like sleeping right next door, like right next to them or at your feet? Write in the comments. Let me know if you've got a pup nearby that's snoozing away. I actually have two of them. But anyway, thanks so much for being with us, everybody. We're so happy to be with you today. We love crafting. We love pups. So if you love those two things, you're in the right place. I'm Patty, and I'm here with Hillary.
Hello everyone.
We're the co-founders of Hound Hugger DIY, and today we have a really fun craft project. It's Dollar Tree inspired, but it's also Craft Stash inspired,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. You can for sure shop your own craft stash for this one. Like start to finish. You probably have everything that you need to make this one work.
So that means it's FREE, folks.
Yep.
We love these. We love these crafts. So we're going to be making a sunny dog bandana. It's going to be so fun. They're really, really cute. We have lots of bandanas in our library. So there's been some really fun ones over the years that we've made for particular holidays or just for the season.
Yep.
And we thought we haven't done one in a little while. And we want to celebrate summer along with our pups, help them celebrate summer with us. And so why not create a little fashion statement for our puppy dogs? And so the first thing you're going to need is a little fabric. Just grab this from Dollar Tree. Actually, they have this really pretty floral in a number of different colors. I think they've got them in green and orange and yellow. I've got the blue one here. Hillary, you found a really pretty one at Dollar Tree too.
Yeah, and when I was there yesterday, they had this pattern as well. So definitely check out if you haven't, because these are all fairly new to Dollar Tree, like having sort of an extended craft section as well as fabrics and actually being able to find like different types of fabrics. So even if you've been to your Dollar Tree, you know, in the past and you're like, oh, they don't have any of that, check now, because a lot of them are starting to really amp up those two sections. So you may be able to find some really cute stuff at your Dollar Tree.
Exactly.
The size of the pieces of fabric, especially for this particular project, they're perfect. So if you have like a medium to large, obviously if you have a small dog, you could make a bunch of them. But if you have medium or large size dogs, this fabric size is really good for this, the bandanas as well.
Totally able to get at least two bandanas, probably three out of my little swatch of fabric here, which is great. And so basically what you're going to want to do is measure, if you don't already have a bandana, and that would be the best way to do it. If you have a bandana that fits your dog, just lay it out on the fabric and cut it out using some thinking shears, the little zigzag shears, so we don't have to trim or do anything like that. Makes it super easy. It's not going to fray as much. And these are not bandanas that are going to live forever. You're not going to throw these in the wash and like use them over and over and over again. They are washable, but they're not going to last a long, long time. So the other thing you can do is measure out a square of fabric that is for a small to medium sized dog. You want to have the length of the sides of your square to be either 14 to 18 inches long, or if you have a medium to large or extra large sized dog or their neck is large, you can go from 24 to 26 inches. I think that's what it is. So you're making a super large size square, and then you just cut along the diagonal and you're going to have two bandanas at that point.
Yeah. But that's and for mine, I was able to just kind of fold it rectangularly, so it doesn't end up being a total square. You don't, especially for the larger sizes, you don't need it to be an absolute square. You'll probably trim it down afterwards, because otherwise that point's going to be super long.
Point's going to be really, really long. So yeah, you will want to shorten that triangle part.
But yeah, and it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the other thing.
Right.
Even if it's a little crooked or longer on one side than the other, you're not going to notice it.
It's all going to get bunched up and around their neck, and you'll never know. It's the cute factor will overweigh any kind of imperfections.
Exactly.
This one is so cute. I can't wait to put this together. All right. So once you have your fabric cut out, Then the next thing you're going to need are just 2 pieces of scrap felt. You can see I've just grabbed these from my craft stash. There's one that's orange and one that's yellow, or kind of a yellow and a gold color, whatever. I can't remember exactly what that's called. It's a light orange color, but just 2 kind of slightly contrasting sunny colors. That's we're going to make a little sun out of this. So this will be really cute. So you're going to grab, you're going to cut, basically you're going to cut a small little square. This was the easiest way for me to do it. Cut a little square that's about 3 inches by 3 inches in size. If you have, and I've got small pups. So if you want a larger, this is the body of the sun. If you want a larger piece for the sun, you can make that square a little bit bigger, maybe 4 inches by 4 inches, but I've got mine that's 3 by 3, and then just cut a circle out of that little piece of felt.
And I actually ended up just using a so depending on the size of your pup, you can use kind of bigger things for your circle. So I just used a little ribbon spool as part of the circle. So
I started with like a coffee mug and tracing around it, and it was just too big for my pups. So I ended up having to go with something a little smaller. And then the other square that you're going to cut out or shape from the orange fabric should be like a 1/2 inch on all sides, a little bit bigger. So basically 1 inch longer. So this is 3 by 3. This will be 4 by 4. You just want it a little bit bigger. If you have the larger pups, maybe you want to go, these are going to be the sun's rays. If you want those to be, instead of 4 inches, you want it to be 4.5 or 5 inches. Like, it just depends. That's the size of the rays that go out. And then from this little piece, you're going to cut a circle out of that. So you can see if we hold them up together, they're about, one's small, one's a little bigger. It doesn't matter. These are not exact measurements, but just to kind of give you some guidance as you go. And then once you have the large orange piece cut out, the next thing we're going to do is cut this in half. We're going to make 8 pie wedges out of this. And the best way to do it, or the easiest way to do it, is to just cut this in half. And again, you're just eyeballing it. This is not, you don't have to fold it if you don't want. This is, you're not going to see all these little imperfections, as I said. So once you have your 2 pieces, you're going to cut those in half again. Again, just eyeballing it. So we've got 4 quarters when you're done with that. And then we're going to cut these in half again. So again, we're just making little pizza wedges, little pie wedges. So you end up with 8 little pizza slices is kind of what it looks like when you're done. And I actually like if the circle isn't perfectly round, and I like when the wedges are not exactly the same size, because all of those differences will add more character to your sun when it's all done. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to lay these out. I'm just laying these out on my piece of fabric so I can hold them up here in a second, but we're going to lay these out so that the long, skinny, pointy part of the pizza pie, or the pie shape, is pointed towards the center, but none of the pie shapes should be touching each other. You want them spaced out a little bit. They don't have to be evenly spaced. You can have them evenly spaced. Some could be a little farther in, some could be a little farther out, whatever you like to do, but kind of place them. I originally had them a little wonky and stuff, but I actually kind of liked mine to be a little more uniformly spaced and everything like that. So again, it's not going to be perfect. That's okay. I'll just hold mine up. So that's kind of the spacing that you want. And again, these are the sun's rays, so you want them just spaced out a little bit, not touching each other, so that you can really see. This is probably the easiest sun shape I've ever made. This was kind of a happy accident. I was telling Hillary, I was kind of putting together some other designs for suns, for this particular project. And this just happened to be a super easy way to make this work. So, okay, once you have all your little pie wedges pointing together in the right spot, just take your other the body of the sun, and we're just going to add glue to that. and we're going to glue that right in the middle. Just be careful if you've got it on your bandana not to glue it down yet. I just put it on the bandana so I could kind of see the size and hold it up for you. But so now we're just going to glue this in place. And we're using our all-time favorite Fabri-Tac glue. Absolutely love this stuff.
And we have, as we mentioned, like the fabric came from Dollar Tree. They also have felt at Dollar Tree. But if you don't have a Dollar Tree near you, or you need some of these supplies, we have a list of all the supplies, or alternatives of all the supplies that we're using, available in the description from Amazon. So you can check that out as well. And this glue, highly recommend. The Beacon glue is just amazing. So yes, you can definitely grab that on Amazon.
Part of why I love it, one, it's immediately tacky, so everything sticks right away. But like if one of these pie shapes is sticking out in a funny place or has shifted since you've glued it down and the spacing isn't what you want it to be, you can easily pick up that pie wedge and move it into position, into a better position, which I love, which means this glue helps you be like an expert crafter without any mistakes, because you can fix your mistakes as you go. So that's one of the things I love about this glue. It's great. Now, as you're gluing these down, make sure that the glue, like the pie wedges, are glued up against like the edge too. We don't want those to like come apart. So you might have to go back in along the edges and just add a little bit of extra glue, just to make sure they're not, the rays aren't too floppy, and you don't want your sun falling apart. Some of mine are glued up to the edge. Some of them need a little extra something. So I'm just checking as I go around. And just a little dab will do you. You don't need a lot. All right. It's so cute already. I just love this little shape. It's so fun.
It's so simple. Like you just immediately, it's got character and personality. Yeah. And yeah, it is exactly adorable.
It's so cute. It's happy. Like even without a little face, we're going to put a little face on it, but it's just like a happy little design. I love this. So, anyway, not to pat myself on the back, this was total accident. So they're happy accidents, as Bob Ross would say. So that's what this is inspired by. All right. So once we have our little sun shape put together, we're going to put a little face on it. And so we're going to go back to this orange fabric that I keep calling it fabric, the felt. So we're going back to the orange felt. We're going to cut out 2 tiny little circles, just little, pea shapes, just for little, we're looking to make little cheeks. Again, they don't have to be perfectly round or anything like that. Just giving the idea of a little cheek. And so we're going to add these to our little sun face. Right there. So cute. And again,
and I just love the simplicity of, it's 2 colors. It's the yellow, the orange. Like it's so, with just the slightest little additions, you just,
super cute.
Give it so much personality.
It's adorable. All right. And then once we have our little cheeks in place, now we're going to take some embroidery thread. Black is the color I'm using, and a little embroidery needle. We're just going to stitch a couple of eyes, little kind of U-shaped closed eyes, and a little mouth. So,
and if you didn't want to stitch these, the stitches obviously add that little extra,
the little handmade touch, kind of.
Exactly. Yeah. You could also just draw on stitches if you wanted to with a black marker or something like that as well.
Oh, that's a cute idea too, an easy way to do it. And if you don't want to freehand your stitches, you can also draw with a pen or pencil, just mark where you want to make your stitches and then stitch them in place. These go pretty pretty quickly, pretty easily. Really just doing an upside down, kind of a gentle U shape.
Yep. Like they got little.
They're sleepy.
Little sleepy eyes, yeah.
Or the sun's so bright you got to wear shades. You could put little sunglasses on your son too. That would be cute.
Yeah, you could definitely do like cut out a little black felt for little sunglasses. That would be sweet.
That would be adorable. You could do some with little eyelashes on it. You can make a little girl sun and a little boy sun if you wanted to. Depending on how many bandanas you're putting together. These would be cute to make for dog shelters too.
Yep.
So if you don't have a pup at home, you can always make one and donate it to the dog shelter. I'm sure it would add a little extra cute factor to the pup so they get to find their forever home.
It's always nice, like for their photographs and things like that.
Yes.
So things like this would be sweet to have for the shelters.
Yeah. And it's fun to make something that you know is extra special for somebody or some pup. All right. It's a great way to donate without opening up your wallet. You know, you're using your time and your talent. So here are my little eyes so far. So just to get an idea, I did four stitches.
Mine are upside down.
So. That's okay. No, there's nothing. I've seen closed eyes like that. That's no big deal. No, that's totally fine. In fact, you could do lashes on yours too. That would be super cute.
That's hilarious. Yep. Mine are upside down. So
it's Friday. No, this is part of the design. You can do whatever you want. That's what makes this unique, and especially yours, handmade, all the good things. Who wants cookie cutter copies of stuff? We can get that anywhere in any big box store. This is
there's those ones.
I love it. They're adorable. There's nothing wrong with those. There's nothing wrong with those. Those are perfect.
That is too funny.
Those actually look like a cheery, happy eyes. Mine look sleepy. So mine's just a sleepy sun. All right, now we're just going to do a tiny little mouth at the bottom here.
I think I put that one on the right direction.
You want to frown. You want your little son frowning. All right. You could put a little smirk. You could give you can make a little winky sun. All right. These are so simple. Yeah, you could add all kinds of character and personality to your son just by the expressions on their face. I'm glad you did the different eyes.
So one of the things that we always like to point out, because we're doing the same craft and obviously they turn out just slightly different.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like they're all handmade, so they're going to be a little bit different. So that's always the fun of kind of crafting with somebody, is seeing what y'all, what each individual creation comes out like.
But I love that, because sometimes it's just a different fabric color or a different, flower color or something that we're using in our design. But I love the fact that we've got different faces on our little sunshines. So one of the things, I finished my little face. I realized when I first did this, that the sun rays made this super huge on mine. So I ended up trimming down, which I'm going to do again, the length of my sun rays just a little bit, just to make my design a little bit smaller, because I've got small pups. So I'm just going to trim some of the rays down a little bit. Some down a little bit more than others. But that way my design isn't so big, because I have tiny pups.
And I'm making mine for our Basset Hound, so I will see, but I'll probably leave mine a little larger.
I bet yours would fit just fine.
Yeah.
You've got a bigger bandana than I do. So, but I have to kind of trim mine down a little bit. It's better to go big and trim than be too small. But anyway. I used about 4 stitches for each eye, and you can do 5 or 6 stitches for the mouth. These are super cute. Again, you can add eyelashes, you could put sunglasses on, you could do all kinds of fun things. These are really great. We have so many fun ideas for bandanas. We have a really cute, simple Easter one that we did with the Easter bunny on it that was adorable. I love the one
I
we
have
did.
to shout out the hot dog one. You guys have
Yes.
to go and check that one out. It's perfect for summer too. It
I
is
love
the
that one.
cutest darn
That probably
thing.
is one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did one for St. Patrick's Day with a leprechaun on it that was adorable too. Did one for fall with a pumpkin on it. We've done all kinds of really fun ones. So yay, look at our little sunshines. I love it. These are just adorable. Okay, so you have your fabric, now you have your embellishment, and then what you're going to do is you're going to place your embellishment towards the bottom point of the triangle, the bottom of the bandana, because the top of the bandana is going to get all bunched up as you tie this around your pup's neck. So don't, you think you want to put it in the center of the bandana. You don't want to do that necessarily. You want it a little bit. Hillary's got more room to play with, so hers will probably be closer to the center than mine, but you really want it closer to the bottom of the bandana.
So here you can see, like, I have quite a bit of space up here on top. Yeah. You don't have to put it all the way to the bottom, if depending on the length, but definitely remember that top portion is just going to be a bunch of wrinkled up. Yep.
Yeah.
So
scrunched up.
You want it closer to the bottom than you would originally think.
Then this is the last step. We're going to glue our sun onto our bandana. And this couldn't be easier. I mean, you could stitch it on there if you wanted to, but this Fabri-Tac glue is so great. In 24 hours, it will cure, and it will be as though it was sewn in place.
Yep.
And you could actually wash this if you wanted to, but I would probably recommend hand washing if that's what you need to do, is wash it just to be a little gentle with this little design.
And these are so quick and easy. This is definitely, like we like to say, these aren't family heirlooms. These are,
they're temporary heirlooms. You love them for a little bit, and then they
and it depends on your pup too. So mine wear their clothes pretty. Hazel wears her clothes pretty hard, so it's not gonna last forever. Now Josie and Ginger are much more gentle on their clothing.
So I have every single bandana we've ever made. I still have every single bandana we've made. So yeah, they're pretty gentle, and I don't dress them up very often, so that's another thing. But it is fun to dress them up for a little bit. Little photo shoot, a little family outing, little picnic, barbecue, going to the beach, whatever. Yeah. It's just so fun to dress them up. I love it. And again, just if you have to go back and tack down some of the felt in places, that would be great. You can do that. Super easy. These would be fun for a girls' craft night, for their pups. Or you and your kiddos could sit around the kitchen table and dig through your craft stash. Everybody could pick a different piece of fabric and make a little sun on it. So these are adorable. I love it. Oh, look, it's so cute. I love these. These are so fun. I hope everybody's enjoyed these. Let me see if I can get my little models over here. We'll see how we go here. Come here, Jessie. She's a sleepy pup. We'll put this on you. Let's see what you think here. She's like, Mom, I was snoozing away, dreaming of squirrels. There we go. And you want to make sure that you can easily get 2 fingers in. That's really important. You don't want to tie it too tightly. And then I have my, come here, my other model over here under a blankie.
She's like, I'm sleeping too. Come on.
She is. All right. So we got Ginger and Josie.
So cute.
So you could do this for your whole pup family. It's just such a fun, quick, easy project. Definitely will bring a smile to your face, and obviously to anybody that bumps into your pups as you're out and about, because these little sunshines are just so cute. So
they
much
are
fun.
So cheerful. Like
they
I love the design. It is.
Yeah.
Your happy accident is definitely, it leans on the happy.
Thank you. Yes.
So cheerful and cute. I love it.
It is. It's a fun one. I'm glad we picked a bandana for today. This is a lot of fun. And again, I love it when you can dig through your craft stash and you're really not having to run out and find, to buy. Oh, she wants to go under her blankie. Go back to sleep. Sorry. She's like, enough modeling for the day, Mom. That was stressful. Us models have to just, sit back and relax, take it easy in between photo shoots. So anyway, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us today. If you make it, tag us at Hound Hugger DIY on social. We love to see your creations, and we hope we've inspired you to get out there, have a little fun, crafty fun, a little me time, a little crafty me time this weekend. You deserve it. It's always fun to be able to do something something magical with your hands, and especially in honor of your love for pups. So thanks, everybody.
And check out that past playlist. We have a ton, like some really, really fun summer designs and all sorts of designs. So if you're inspired by this bandana, there's a ton more. So, and we want to see all of them. So please tag us, and extra points if it's on your pup, because that makes our day even more.
Exactly. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. You're so cute. You're so cute. Yes.